Harley, are your ears here?
Well,
Ollie?
Actually,
Where's
can
your
I
hat,
ask
Shawago?
what's up with the golden apple?
I don't know. I'm just giving them out to everybody.
Do you not want them?
No, it's fine.
Harley, are
No?
your ears here, Harley?
If you don't want them.
Hi.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna have to politely ask you to
Oh
remove your hat
shit,
while
my
in
bad.
uniform at this
Oh,
time, please.
yeah.
Thank you.
I got lemonade in my eye.
Ross is so
Yeah.
smug right
Yeah.
now.
That's how you did?
What on earth? Who's...
Huh? What?
They just had a from someone.
Ew.
Don't make that sound again.
Horrible. That was a
All right,
horrible sound,
Masahiro,
people.
you better go downstairs and tell them they can come up.
What is you using my government name for?
Well, why don't you vacate that seat and go down and tell them they can come up?
Oh wow. Hello everyone. Long time no
Hello.
see.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, hello.
It's been a while. I've been on a trade mission.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, trade mission.
How'd that go?
I've been to where did I go? Where did I go? Mr.
Forest.
Jump in.
You've been to the Adradon.
Oh.
You've been
Oh,
to
yeah.
Dacia.
Yeah, yeah.
You've been to Planicia.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Oh,
you
wow.
went.
It's
You went to
been-
Yariel for a time. There were some
Yeah.
harpies. Remember the harpies?
Oh yeah, and I also went to Toyota Truckathon, I think.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I wanna hear
Yes.
about that.
Oh
indeed.
wow.
Oh, wow.
That was
Toyota
Send them
sounds
up,
pretty
Masahiro. We don't
Yeah,
have all day,
anyway,
literally.
everyone come upstairs, please. Thank you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is hell. This is hell.
All right, important people can stick around. The rest of you gather around. We did this last
Y'all
week.
can
We'll
come
do
up.
it again. Oh, who's doing the blessing today? Would that be you, Mary?
That would be Ross.
That'll be Misa.
Good. Good.
Joel,
Good.
do you want to sit down?
So, no, you outrank him.
Oh.
Funny how that works.
That's why I stood up in the first place.
We have before us, as you can tell, this isn't a regular parliament session. I don't drag the governor to parliament for just any old get-together or for any
Yeah,
old
right.
bills. As you can see, the chaplain and Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal are not here. And so the only other person who is able to be Deputy Speaker is Masahiro. And he will be doing that this evening for the treaty. What I have done is I have gutted the entire thing, and we will be making the gutting amendments today. Why have I done this? Well, to be honest, the treaty, as I originally had conceived and written, was an optimistic view of our peers. It was an unrealistic overestimation of people's ability to be, in general and in all things, competent. I spoke last week to you all about the folly of that idea, and why it is indeed that we must start helping our friends and neighbors. Why it is indeed that we must be of service in this way. Give me a moment. We are going to be late, for anybody who's wondering. I have closed Parliament as to where people do not... give me a moment. I'm going to go make sure nobody has opened it.
It was closed when I went down there a few minutes ago.
Okay, good. Let's hope it stays that way. it's not an easy thing to do what it is indeed we must do today. We are going to require a supermajority. Now, I will say, it is to the benefit of everyone who isn't here. It is actually to the benefit of those who are not members of Stone Bay to pass these resolutions, as to where they may have a chance to provide input on the future of our parliament. Because as of current, the only executive officer of the League and of our parliament is me. And I can execute executive authority in all matters regarding that. So maybe we should let other people... Maybe we should refine it. I will not always sit on the throne. I will not always sit in this chair, as it so was. And so indeed it is in our best interest to ensure that whoever comes after me and then after them, because after them is Eve, and I'm sure you've all known by now that Eve is a crazy person. So. Really? Really, Aries? You're going to nod? Yeah?
I work with her.
Oh, there you are.
Oh my god.
Oh. And so it would be in our best interest to ensure that the future Empress Eve Mountbatten doesn't run amok with their unchecked authority, doesn't run amok with unlimited power, shooting lightning from their hands, crushing uprising and rebellion, and, of course, able to set tax rates at will. A truly a nefarious power. What is going on with everybody? What has happened? Oh, it must be that one developed. I don't want to hear about it.
It's the sentiment guy.
I don't want to know. We stand together. We push the line forward. I said last week that this is not going to be easy, and the steps we took last week were in that effort. I will be taking your bench for that. That is why Masahiro is here. Masahiro will be taking the chair. And I will be sitting next to our own Prime Minister on the floor. Not as speaker, but as a member. Been a while since I've done that, actually. And then there was this other business that Bill had on the agenda. He wanted to talk about some meteorological developments, something about the weather or some sort of comet. I'm sure we'll hear all about it. Anyways, does anybody here have any questions? No?
We have 2 more seats to fill, don't we?
I suppose we may. Prime Minister?
How many seats do we get?
10.
10.
Yes, we do have
10,
2 seats.
3
to
for the
fill.
clergy. So 1 more clergy seat and then 1 more normal.
I believe the chaplain and I decided. Never mind. I offered giving
No.
alms to the other clergy seat, but if we have open seats, then I guess we do.
Well, if you have open seats, I think Masahiro might need one. At
Yeah.
least just to be able to swap easily with me. Anyone else? We have 1 more, is that right?
Yes.
Anyone else? Jump? No? Somebody back there? Who's that?
Hello, I'm Pierce
Oh, I
O'Connor.
remember you. You're from the chess tournament and in the maze.
Yes,
You're Dylan's lad.
yes.
All right, what do you think, Prime Minister?
Yeah, he can fill our seat.
Done. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Very well, my friends. We are going to show up to Parliament fashionably late, since we are the ones that have to take the door down. So, in that spirit, and also it's quite a thing to there's a certain dramatic effect to all of that. Anyways, Did anybody else here have a question about anything at all?
Where's the bathroom in this place? I gotta pee.
You know, I could fly, so you know what? Let's not get into how I use the bathroom when I'm working.
That is a terrifying.
So you get to like bitch
I'm
at me.
gonna go to the bathroom.
Zivago, front and center. let's have it out then, Zivago.
You can make eye contact.
No, I'm too ashamed.
Oh dear.
Oh, come on.
Huh.
You were so
You were
confident
so
a few
ready.
moments ago.
Come on.
You were ready to go.
Listen, I don't want to. I don't want to hear about my bathroom habits. I don't want to hear about that from you. Yeah, when you apparently fly around and piss willy nilly.
Helps the crops grow, I guess.
What do you
I'm
mean
sorry?
by that?
Welcome to Stone Bay, everybody.
You know what I mean by
I
that.
don't go around and pee on people. if that's what you're implying, it's not like I'm doing like it's not like I'm doing a gun run with piss.
So that is not why it like randomly rains in Stone Bay sometimes to like cover up the piss.
How much do you think I piss?
I've seen you change the weather before. Do you just like evaporate your piss into the air?
That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Grantham.
What the fuck?
I apologize, Your
God.
Is that what snow is?
Oh.
Could you technically freeze
Why don't we
it?
just quit whilst we're ahead, guys? You know.
No, we're not ahead of anything. Ross.
No,
Well, we're ahead of what's to come.
God.
No, this.
So what are
Listen,
you
my
insinuating?
My friends. We are going to walk into that parliament today. And I am going to have so many stupid fucking questions asked of me. Does anybody here have any questions about what I'm doing with that bloody treaty?
I read over it. I don't even know what a commission is, but there's a lot of it.
Is there like a TLDR version we can get?
It's on the agenda.
It is the TLDR version by that point. Like this
gutted version of the treaty, if passed, will allow us to pursue further parliamentary reforms. All words highlighted are term changes, primarily changing league to parliament. All strike-throughs are proposed to be removed from the treaty. If this version is passed, we can pursue a treaty in parliament that we can all be happy with. To ensure the continuity of the parliament, the following two acts will provide the legal backbone for the continued operation of the parliament. Both have already passed in our law, the Sovereign Stability Act and the Parliament Act. Both give me unchecked power over everybody ever. Just saying, but nobody's ever questioned it. It makes me speaker for 100 years.
Your Majesty, just so you know, there's no toilet paper up there.
What? Did you just piss off the side of the tower?
Yes, I don't want to hear it.
Why did you ask for toilet paper?
Technically,
Did
no.
you shit off of the tower?
That's the more direct question.
Are you desecrating our oceans, Governor?
The right honorable governor. Go on.
Explain.
Hey,
I don't think I will. No. No. Let me just say that the breeze has taken it away into another land known as Turkathon.
So you shat on their cars.
I didn't want to ask you to do it, but it's been so long since Masahiro's probably seen the Cane of Drigusma. Could you be so kind as to let him have it for this parliament session?
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
My bum knee really can't take it.
You had a cane. I saw you.
I gave him one. He wants his because it's his.
This one's quite. Yeah. I got it. No.
No. He doesn't have it. There he is.
Okay. I have it. There it is.
Oh, my heart.
You're good old
What
bank.
the hell?
There we go.
Do the thing.
Oh
thing.
God.
The thing.
Do
Do
Okay.
the thing.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
Alright, it didn't crash the server. Let's go.
We fixed that.
What's the server?
Exactly.
In my brain.
Very well, everyone. You're going to give that back, right, Masahiro?
Sure.
Oh no.
Oh, hello, Bill. Come in.
So confident. Hello.
Everybody,
Bill,
everybody
come stand
say,
next to
say
me.
hi, Bill.
Hello.
Are you wearing like
Hello.
gloves?
Yes, my hands were cold.
Okay.
Blame a man for having cold
Also,
hands.
I can't leave fingerprints anywhere. They'll find me.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not concerning at all.
Oh yeah, Bill, they're outside of Parliament, by the way. The people looking for you.
I think they've been looking for you for about.
Nope.
Look at what you did.
gone.
Look at what you made
there
him
he
do.
goes.
You made him.
Oh. Bye, Bill.
Bye, Bill.
Bye,
Bill.
All right. Well, isn't that something? Very well, friends. Everybody must think that we're in here in this tower talking about their ruin. Yeah, they must think that we're in here talking some serious shit.
I mean,
Talking about how the governor pissed off
we were talking about the kind that goes off the tower, so I guess
I don't know what you were talking
and a
about.
Toyotathon.
True.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Going to
You gotta
look
get your ass down to
around.
Toyota Chickathon.
Alright. Nope. That person rejoins this fucking channel one more time. No. This isn't that. The fuck? Stop rejoining.
I spelled that wrong. Fuck.
Parliament.
Shut up.
So, yeah, I think the idea to show up fashionably late is quite something. Does everybody who's enlisted have their helmets?
I do.
Helmets?
Not on me.
What do you mean helmets?
I don't have
What-
mine on me.
what
No,
helmet?
no. If you have a hat, that means you're an officer. Okay, so maybe I should explain this. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the Royal Navy. If you have a hat, like me and Joel and Rowan and the Lord Chamberlain, Dylan's girlfriend over there, then that means you're a commissioned officer. That means I've given you a commission to be an officer. And you can tell the officers apart from them because of their shoulders and their arms. Right? So the cuff is different. And then the rest of you are just what we call ratings. So you're enlisted, meaning you aren't officers. That's it. But the people who aren't officers don't get the hats. They get helmets, which you can wear. They all match. So yeah, you could wear the helmet even if we're inside. I don't care. Or the hat. If you have a hat. But if you don't, then sucks to suck, I guess. So yeah, that was the mayor's TLDR about Navy uniforms in Stone Bay.
They're pretty prippy.
Well, yes, I think they are. These are like the drippiest ones we've ever had.
They're good.
Yeah, and they're even more drippy than the Marshalls. Wow. No, nobody even laughed at that one. No, nothing?
I don't even know what a Marshall is.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, that's probably for the best.
I feel old now.
I'm very.
Yeah,
If you
Your
remember,
Majesty,
if you remember the Marshalls, Wait!
Oh!
I believe that's for that's
Why'd you
before a
whip
lot
your
of these-
sword out like you were going to stab Dylan?
You never
threw it
know.
at me.
You never know.
Yeah, I believe
Not my fault you threw the thing at me.
You know what? I sneezed.
I believe the marshals are before a lot of these people's time.
Yeah, which makes me
Yeah,
think
that
they're
is
fucking
so.
old.
Yeah, I just felt old now.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, there's another one. Sorry. Oh, there's another one. If you've been disconnected from the channel once, don't join back. I can see it. I can see you join back. Okay. Whatever. That's so funny. It's so funny to me. All right, let's go, everyone.
Yeah.
Do we have a theme song
It's
again?
Well, of course we have a bloody well theme song. This is Stone Bay you came to. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Ba 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 ba.
Oh yes, we have that one.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. Well, I have to actually get it. Oh, none of you have read the royal prescription before. Slow down.
You're
Hold on,
not
I'm
supposed
trying
to
to
run.
figure it out.
Do we need copies?
You're not supposed to run
have it.
past him. That's like a big thing within it.
Huh? Oh, I can see.
Like that's like something you absolutely cannot do.
Okay, well, I couldn't see him.
All right, let's go.
Only we can hear this.
It's to get us pumped, you know.
Yeah, it's
This
like
is
a.
catharsis.
It's
added.
pre-gaming.
No. That's the point. Well, I'll restart it when we're actually there. Fuck's sake.
Pinnacle catharsis. Wow.
We're gonna test this. Hold on.
The Miss Royal prescription.
Wow.
There's a lot of people with white hair.
Look, I can't see.
Oh, I got all of you.
Is this like red light, green light?
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Smart move is to stay towards the back of the pack.
I can't.
Oh, Joel.
Or you jump backwards.
I feel like I'm playing red light, green light.
You gotta anticipate.
That is
You gotta
exactly what we're
anticipate
doing.
the king's
All
movement.
right, everybody. The event VC.
Yes, sir.
I know what it is. It's someone's birthday, and they're singing "Happy Birthday." Okay, they gotta take that off, and then they'll be here.
Brilliant. I love how you're trying to find some vaguely optimistic answer
Maybe
for
they're
this
drunk.
conundrum.
Maybe they're drunk as well and they lost track of time.
They could have. I don't
Stone
know.
Bay stalling.
The fucking guy or dance party was interrupted just to stand here.
Looks like it.
Nostradamus still here. Can we rob him of his shoes, please?
Please do not rob me of my shoes. I need those to walk home. Thank you.
Lieutenant,
Do you see that
What
up there?
the?
Lieutenant,
Hello?
stand down. I hear a very familiar voice.
Oh, up in the sky. Up in the sky. What are you talking about? That?
Oh shit!
Fireworks.
What is that?
See what?
Out of the way, everyone!
Baby, get up against the wall.
What is that?
Oh, what?
I think everyone
shit. All right, he farted.
That doesn't look good.
I
We
we have
Ketchup.
shaders on.
Where is it going?
Ketchup.
Whoever has the robot voice, please stop.
Yeah, the person with the voice changer, please stop.
Yeah, please stop talking immediately.
Thank you. Thank you.
If there's something happening in the sky, you can't see it with shaders.
It's fine if you want to use it in RPVC. Please don't use it in here.
Is that what I think
Alright, I
it
turned
is?
it off.
I think that's exactly what we think it is.
Oh.
It's fireworks, right?
Tell me that's not
That's not
fireworks.
fireworks.
I don't think those are fireworks.
How are you
Brilliant.
fucking
I mean, it's a little pretty.
You
No,
think
this is above my pay
ominous.
grade for Aurelia.
You-
True,
this
it is
is,
kind of pretty. Whoever said that's pretty based.
Ow! What hit me? What is that?
Well, I mean, it looks like a comet, and it just so happens to be red.
Yeah.
Is it?
Bill, I don't think that. I don't think.
Is it getting?
It has many powers.
It has many powers. Some may
Many
seem
powers, including
unnatural.
knocking us
The world's been destroyed. They destroyed.
Rip Tara.
Whatever y'all had in the sky
Relax,
does not show up if you have
Everybody
shaders.
breathe. Everybody breathe.
Calm down.
Order.
For this commercial break,
Fighting on the bridge.
I have elevator music playing.
Order.
Take a dance on the bridge. Come here, boy.
Crazy weather we're having, right?
Yeah.
So on today on the raid.
Isn't it Red Man's Sky? Thought he was a chance of
Honestly,
Honestly,
Very nice. Sailor's Delight.
I'd like to read a speech that my father once told me.
When that weatherman predicted a red comet, I thought he was on drugs, but apparently not.
Yeah, you know. Brilliant.
Order. Parliament is now open. Everybody come inside and take your seats.
Why are you punching me, good sir? Please
Give me
stop.
about 4 minutes and I'll be with you.
Yeah, I'll give you about 4 minutes.
It's
50
alright,
seconds,
everybody.
and
Take
we'll
your
go.
time. Take your time.
We have all night. Did I turn my voice changer on again by accident?
I don't know if we have all night.
No, you're right.
A lot of voices today. A lot of voices.
Yes, everybody, we're up here. Let's bring it down. Bring order back, please, everyone. Thank you.
I am position 57 to 57.
Order. There is no need to announce such things. Thank you very much.
What's the position?
Order. Mr. Thistledown, how do you do?
I'm doing quite well. You see, I was coming through, and I saw in the sky bright colors like that of autumn. Yeah, terrible. Anyways,
Do you think it was a spy, Mr. Thistledown?
I wouldn't put it past it. You see, just a couple of days ago, we executed 60 spies.
60 spies!
Wow.
That's many spies.
Are we talking all?
Here, everyone, for Mr. Thistledown's great. Was it you, Mr. Thistledown, or did you have help?
No, I had some help. I did the questioning of them. And you know what? You know what the carrots said?
Oh, what did the carrots say?
It said to me that it didn't know what work was, and it didn't know anyone except us. And I thought, that sounds too good to be true.
That's
too
very
real.
suspicious.
Very suspicious, yes. That's exactly what an autumn spy would say. So we threw them all in the fire.
Wait, a season?
Well, thank you for keeping it all safe from autumn spies, Mr. Thistledown.
You're
Very good
welcome.
work.
What is autumn spy?
Wait a second. A season can be a spy? What?
Corellian, it's okay. Somebody give him the exposition about it later. Thank you.
I would also like the exposition
Order. As we all trickle in, everybody, let's take a moment to enjoy the calm before what is now seeming to be quite a storm. Thank you, everybody, for your understanding.
Okay, I'll get in. I'll do the comment.
Is there a fight club on the bridge?
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah.
We don't talk
It's like
about
the first rule of Fight Club.
Like the first rule, yeah.
And the second.
Isn't there a third?
The second?
No, the second is standard on the rules.
Yeah, the second, yeah.
Oh my god.
Everyone's having a
Why
nice
is everyone standing back there?
Oh, geez.
Not really sure.
If I get in and someone's nicked my
Yes,
seat,
if you have a seat, come in and sit down, please, and thank you. And if you don't, please head up to the gallery and take your seats. Thank you,
wonder
everyone.
where Lily is. There you are.
That was a wild comet, hey?
Right,
Really
There's a neighbor.
Over here.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, I think all comets are wild comets.
was
I don't know
very
if anyone
pretty.
has a tamed comet.
Comet, quite. I don't think comets can be tamed.
Yeah, I don't think so. So I think they're all wild comets.
Celestial bodies. Subject to own whims, not ours.
And until we know if it was autumn or summer, don't trust it.
Listen, Don, why do you like? Why
That's
do you
safe.
hate autumn so much?
They're spies.
It's very simple,
I'm
really.
so confused.
Are you with summer then?
Winter won, and autumn lost, and autumn doesn't like it.
Oh, so autumn's salty. Gotcha.
Yes.
What is salty?
Oh.
It's like the season have a taste.
Means when you're pissed off that you lost, you're salty.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess if you take a bath in salt, you'd also be salty. But that's kind of weird.
Or you just jump into the ocean.
Why am I back on the boat?
Hey, I'm just
You want to
saying.
tickle yourself, perhaps?
If you wanted to tickle yourself, which would be, a choice. I guess.
Yeah.
Corelli, where are you?
I'm still in the thingy.
Okay.
I'm having a power nap, but my legs are a little slow. I'm walking.
I got you.
Yeah, no, these joints ain't what they used to be. Okay.
Yeah, you became like 3,000 years younger. You still be old.
Exactly. I got it.
You're slowly walking over here.
Oh, there we go. There we go. The joints are moving again. I got some moving. I got some energy in them. Oof.
Why am I all the way back at the boat?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure that wasn't, the shit that Bill put in my pre-parliament shot. That was a red comment, right?
That was.
Yeah, it
And
definitely was.
Aurelia, that's always not what I think it is.
I'm just gonna go crash and puke for a second. I'll be back.
Fallon.
Very well, everyone. I think it's time. Order. Thank you all for joining us for this, the first time in some time, second Parliament in a row. We haven't had Parliament back to back weekly for some time. I know many of my friends and colleagues in the house today will look very fondly back at the times in which we did. I don't mean to make a habit out of this. Parliament is a particularly tiring thing. But for the occasion to which today happens to be, and the occasion to which last week's Parliament happened to land upon, it just so happens indeed that that's how it worked out. So everybody, welcome back to Parliament. Hear, everyone.
Here.
All right, everybody. We did not have the proper mace procession, so while I wait for the last few people to trickle in, and do feel free to trickle in, please stand for an anthem, and then remain standing for the blessing, everyone. And don't drop it too hard, please, God! You'll send us all back to that infernal place!
Drop the heads, folks. Drop the heads, not the knees. Not the knees.
Above the heads, above the heads!
There we go.
Oh, so fun.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
So tempted to drop it right now.
Thank everyone. Please remain standing. Sir Ross, Poldark, Domhall, please, for today's blessing. Ross?
Apologies, my throat was a bit filled. Blessed be the oars that are fashioned into dwarven steel. Blessed be the water in which it is quenched. Blessed be the waters that fill our bays and our oceans. Blessed be the fish that fill our fish tanks. Blessed be the tides that guide us and give us safe harbor. Blessed be the grounds upon which we grow our crops and make our homes. Blessed be blue people. Apparently that's popular. Blessed be Kara, the place we call safe harbor. May the tides guide us. May the ground beneath our feet provide a plentiful harvest. May the forges run hot and forge good steel. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Very well. The chair proposes the motion to the House to suspend rules regarding vulgar language.
Seconded.
Mostly everyone. Order, we have not passed the motion yet. Good heavens. There will be no use of vulgar language in the House. Before indeed we have passed the motion to suspend rules regarding vulgar language in the House.
Fucking fine.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Contrary opposed, nay.
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 The ayes have it. Here, fucking here. Thank you very much. Order. Quorum check. I think everybody's here. Lord Bill Yulin, please. Statements and announcements.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of Parliament, I wish to inform you of an upcoming significant court case in the Kingdom of Stone Bay, named Stone Bay v. Bronzebeards. This case has a far-reaching implications for our legal system and citizens of our kingdom. In this pursuit of justice and a fair trial, we are currently seeking for skilled and dedicated defense attorneys who are willing to serve on a pro bono basis. This is a valuable opportunity to uphold the principles of justice and to ensure the rights of the accused and to protect them. If you or anyone that you know possesses these legal expertise, please contact me after Parliament. I would gladly like to have you serve as a defense attorney for our upcoming trial. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Standing recognized, Corellian Towers Lord.
I have express contact with a certain frog. If need be, we know who the frog is. I don't need to say their name. Options there.
Do we know who the frog is?
We know who the frog is.
Order.
Do I need to say his name?
You can name the frog in question, yes?
Name's Frog. Attorney the Frog.
There you go.
It's law, but I like frog instead.
Very well. Thank you. Standing recognized. Once, twice. Corellian Towers Lord.
Mr. Speaker, permission for piano?
What?
Permission granted.
Thank you. Here we go. Thank you.
Order. I will say.
The fuck?
Have that back, lady, if you don't mind. That'd be great. Thanks, bud.
No, you know what? You just dropped a piano on me.
Like,
Should I get this back? I guess. I suppose. Here you go. Take your piano back. Oh, goodness.
He threw a whole piano at him.
I know. I'll remember this. I'm gonna remember this, Billy. Goodness.
You
Like,
can wear them as hats.
Order. Everyone, please. If there are no further statements and announcements, we must. Oh, very well. The honorable member from Allowen, please.
I promised I might tell him this. Our lovely Darish Tell is hosting a gathering of minds this coming Wednesday at his library in Allowen to discuss stories from near and far. Come for the knowledge and come for his silky smooth voice.
Thank you. Standing recognized. The honorable member from Iberthil.
The Eye of Sinaquis is 99% done. Come visit.
Thank you. Standing recognized. Very well, if there's no one else, I'll quickly go. Everybody, I wanted to welcome back, and I hope the House will join me in welcoming back to the House for this very special appearance, the Right Honorable Governor of the most noble Bank of the Bay. Masahiro Uchida, here, everyone!
Hey, how's it going?
Who said who? Who was it?
Everyone, if you don't know who this is, it's Clyde's boss.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Clyde, I know that guy.
Yes. Everybody here knows Clyde, or at least knows somebody who knows Clyde.
I love
Very well. Thank you, and welcome back, Uchida. Also, I wanted to mention Mr. Thistledown and Mr. Thistledown's efforts on eliminating all of the Autumn spies. So everybody, here for Mr. Thistledown, everyone. And I also wanted to quickly mention and congratulate publicly Khrushchev Royale and Cynthia Goldbeak on their wedding ceremony. It was a great success yesterday, and so here for them, everyone.
What was it?
Let's hear it for the happy couple.
The Khrushchev Royale Asbestos Mines, yes?
Yes, of course, it's true. The asbestos mine, yes. Well, thank you, everyone. And I would like to welcome, if there is nothing else, opening statements and announcements once, twice, and thrice. Thank you, everyone, and on to the business of the day. Now, Masahiro Uchida isn't just here to say bank with his old cane, which he will be returning to Halcyon.
Yeah, right.
He is here because I have asked him specifically to come back. He was on an important trade mission. He's been all over. You name it, he's probably been there, even if he can't remember the names of where he's been. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome back to the chair for the order! For the first time in many months, Deputy Speaker of the House, Masahiro Uchida, everyone.
Here.
Oh.
Kept it warm for me. Very nice. I do believe the first point of business for today's parliament is to be brought up by His Majesty.
Ooh, here we go. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. And thank you, Right Honorable and most honorable members of the House of Commons and House of Lords. It has been a very long time since I have stood at this dispatch box to talk about a motion and a bill, an amendment in this case, to which I have today. As some of you may remember from months past, we used to have a High Commission, an intercontinental body, which was meant to help regulate conflicts, help control trade, and generally act as a non-governmental body, which their only allegiance was to the House and its ideas and its objectives, and not to any one country. As many of you also may remember, it failed spectacularly. Don't flick my... Melina, was that you?
I wondered if I liked it, and I could.
Order.
And with that, one of the foundational documents of our parliament is quite out of date. And so I bring forward this amendment today, which must pass, Mr. Deputy Speaker, with a supermajority of 66% or more to take effect. Now, you may be wondering, you may ask yourself, why the hell would we want to pass something like this? You just struck out most of the lines of this treaty. Yes, I did, because most of them pertain to things that no longer exist. I have also updated a lot of the wordage, if you will, bringing it, effectively erasing the League and making this parliament the institution primarily in its stead. So, my friends, colleagues, even the Lord Chamberlain, I will be more than happy to take your questions. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
We got a Weezer. We got a Weezer.
Thank you, Your Highness, for this
Whoa.
great presentation of
That
your
is a great
thrilling proposal here. Questions and comments? And be recognized. Yes, the person standing on my left with the very
Thank
nice
you,
crown.
Mr. Speaker. This is just a kind of question for clarification. Because I noticed there's a couple articles that essentially are completely being removed. At some point, will the articles that are being remained, are the numbers of those articles going to reflect what they are now, essentially? Thank you.
His Majesty's.
Yup.
Thought so.
Nice and succinct.
Questions, comments for His Majesty? Stand be recognized. Yes, the person with the purple hat, I think.
Sure, we'll go with that. So part of Title 2, Article 10, Section 3, that's being removed, that's 210.3, is every citizen shall have the right to participate in the democratic life of the Parliament. Should we be worried about the implications of taking away the right of citizens to participate in Parliament?
His Majesty for response.
I think what you're referring to is every citizen shall have the right to participate in the democratic life, and previously it said of the League. Decisions shall be taken as openly and as closely as possible to the idea of the citizen of this parliament. I thought it to be quite the reach that this parliament, let's speak frankly, friends. There's a couple dictatorships in this room. There's a couple dictatorships in this room. I'm not going to point anywhere or name names. That's not any of my business. But there's a couple of dictatorships in this house, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I have been very happy to be the constitutional monarch of our Kingdom of Stone Bay, with our democratically elected Prime Minister serving as the primary point of contact, our head of government. And I have been very pleased by these reforms that we've made on this side of the house in that regard. And I'm sure that it's only a matter of time before different parties and member states of this house will indeed do the same. Thank you for the question.
Questions and comments for His Majesty.
Only changes everything.
Yes, in the brown hat.
Howdy. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. How many bottles of ink did the honorable gentleman use crossing out every single line in this bill? I'm just curious. Not every single line, but a lot.
His Majesty.
Thank you to the right honorable member for their question and for their information. Quite a few.
Okay.
At least 4.
Oh, interesting.
At least 4. Questions, comments.
That's a lot more than 2.
Oh yeah, the guy with the bald spot.
Yeah. Well, ow. Will this be rewritten with all the stuff that is stricken out, like completely taken out, so it's cleaner?
His Majesty.
Thank you for the question. Yes. This was to show what was being removed. So instead of just erasing it, I decided to strike it out as to be more of a representation of the changes that were being made. I thought that was a rather good idea, but it may or may not have been. But in regards to the specifics of what will come after, I thought I was thinking late last night of 2-bite brownies. Now I have not seen around here a 2-bite brownies. I have only seen, maybe Mr. Thistledown can tell you about them later. I've only seen them that one time that bear came from Bjornheim. He brought the 2-bite brownies. It's known. And I thought that we should make these changes with the same principle and same idea that whoever invented the 2-bite brownie also had in mind. 1 bite at a time. This week, we pull everything out that is out of date, unnecessary. We pull we get rid of what doesn't need to be there. Next week and in the weeks following, I'm sure members of on this side of the house, Mr. Speaker, will be talking with people from all over Kara, from all across this house, to be putting together a parliament that we can all be proud of, and that is a more fair representation of the people's wishes. So yes, that to follow, but that will take some time. For now, I have been very happy to bring up again the acts that will sit in place of this treaty and its various pieces. The Parliament Act and the Sovereign Stability Act were both passed by this, our first Parliament. Both acts are still law. Both acts are quite comprehensive and were at one point a part of the treaty. I'm sure you saw the part where I crossed out those acts being mentioned in the treaty. Specifically, those 2 acts are still law. So, upon the passing of this amendment, any gaps that may need to be filled to ensure the continued operation and legal continuity of this body and this parliament will be covered in those 2 acts. Thank you for the question. And thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Yes. His Majesty will refrain from referring to members of Parliament by their proper name. Questions?
Point of order.
Point of order, His Majesty.
And whom did I refer to by their specific name?
I believe it was something like Thistledow or something.
They are not a member of this house, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
I see.
They are sitting right up there, actually, with some tea, I believe.
So I've been looking for them. I've not seen them. Where?
Mr. Thistledown, could you give a wave?
Oh, okay, very nice.
What season
Thistledown. Yes, all right.
Very good to have met you.
Ah, yes. Well, maybe a little. We will meet again, maybe in closer proximity. Anyway, questions, comments.
What's that supposed to mean?
He's like 50 feet that way. I mean, what do you mean?
The monocle's only doing so much, okay?
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, here.
I do see someone standing with a gold crown. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Good to see you. Been a while.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, say a new nation were to form, how easily will they be able to join this parliament according to these changes? Do they need to be recognized as independent by this house, or is that something for a different type of discussion?
His Majesty the King.
Thank you to the honorable member for their question, and thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I will say, in regards to we actually had a settlement reach out, I believe in the last few days, wondering indeed whether they could join. We collected from them a census, almost. We established proper communication. We opened up a dialogue, and after eliminating all dual citizens from their census, we concluded that the country in question had 1 legal resident. Not enough for a parliament seat. And in regards to the more general point of the question from the honorable member, Mr. Deputy Speaker, it is as simple as contacting myself, which can be most easily done by contacting the Lord Chamberlain.
Point of inquiry. I'm just curious.
Point of inquiry.
For the honorable gentleman. What was the nation in question that had 1?
I don't want to butcher the pronunciation too much in response to my right honorable friend's question, but I believe it was Oasis. It was something along those lines.
Sounded like a magic spell.
Any other?
Place where people live.
Oh yeah, with the white hat.
The white hat, yeah.
Yeah.
At the very end of this, it says a word.
Yeah, please remain standing when addressing the house.
My legs hurt. All right, How many points do you think that'll get me in Scrabble?
Plenipotentiary, I believe, is the word you're attempting to pronounce.
Sure.
Mr. Speaker, or excuse me, not only Mr. Speaker, but also His Majesty the King.
Thank you, and thank you to the most honorable member for their question. That really depends how many of the 3 times or 2 times letters that my most honorable friend would be getting and covering when deploying the word plenipotentiary on the board. And if indeed they bring it over and they manage to hit a 3 times word with it, I believe it could be worth a significant amount of points. Now, how indeed they would be able to do that, I believe the only way they may be able to use that word, since you're only allowed 7 letters at a time, would be to build off of the word potent.
All right, good to know.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, Your Majesty, I do believe that is still impossible, unfortunately.
Well, I'm sure, it's it's about whether you believe.
Indeed. Next. Sorry, some bank stuff getting in there. Ah, yes, bald.
I can't help you here.
Wait, is my Affleck? Are they bald?
What? No, go on then.
I was not okay. I was not talking, but I was talking. From my days of playing Scrabble, I would guess it's about 72 points without any multipliers.
Oh.
Is that a question?
No, it's more of a response.
Well, that's great, but that's not what I'm asking for. Thank you. Questions? Questions for His Majesty. Going once. Oh, come on then. Going twice. Bank. I will, I believe, if he so chooses to, welcome His Majesty as the Speaker back to the chair. Otherwise, we will continue with the second point of special business. Under King Bill Blackrock.
Could you do the vote?
Oh yeah, we got to vote? Oh yeah, okay. Let's vote.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot that part. It's quite important, isn't it?
I think so.
You have to call it. That's your job.
Oh! Is it not like people?
No, you have to say. If I may say, Mr. Deputy Speaker, it's something along the lines of, "All those in favor, aye," and then all those contrary opposed, nay. What?
Yes. Well, the fact that this needs a supermajority, this will be very difficult. So, all those in favor of gutting the Treaty of Orlan as it stands, aye.
Aye.
All those contrary and opposed, nay. That's a pretty fucking super majority.
Yeah.
Thanks, you cheetah.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Round of applause, everybody. Here for Deputy Speaker Masahiro Uchida, everyone. Oh, it's weird being down there and then coming back up here. It's really hard to explain. Anyways, so friends, colleagues, I'm sure you're all waiting with bated breath to hear what the Underking has to say about comets. Well, you'll just have to wait 5 minutes. Recess, discussion permitted, starting now.
Treasurer.
All right, I need to like a drink.
Mr. Thistle, did you just throw your tea over the edge? Did it just spill all over? Who did you spill all over?
What is this? Olive oil?
Build another shot.
Olive oil. What are you doing with olive oil? Are you just drinking this out of the bottle?
Yeah, that's what he does. You've been away a long time.
You never know when someone is greased up.
Wait. For what purpose of greasing would this accomplish?
You never know when something needs greased up.
When you say grease up, wouldn't like a 3-in-1 oil work a little
Yeah.
better?
Do you have one of those?
No, but why wouldn't
I
you?
thought not. That's why I have the olive oil.
I see. So what kind of olive oil is this?
Stone Bay olive oil.
Stone Bay, like are we talking like 90% extra virgin? Are we talking 100, 80? Because sometimes it's a blend. You know, they put the random shit in there, and then you have no fucking idea what it is. Huh? I mean, if you're gonna be looping people up with this, I think they deserve to know where it's from.
Order!
So you mean to say the olive oil?
I never said people.
The olive oil won't be at virgin for long.
What do you mean people?
No, it's a thing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
God damn it!
Yeah, you know that makes a lot more sense. I think.
And I'll have you know, we're actually getting quite a lot of our olive oil these days from our friends from Iberthil. Thank you.
I'm a big fan of olive oil, actually. But I've got 28 bottles of olive oil in a barrel, and I'm always looking for more.
I thought you were about to say on you then.
You know, I knew this.
I could have it on me.
I knew this man once at a folly gathering, a party, you may say. Had this fancy bottle of olive oil, and it looked quite a lot to him like some cactus-based liqueur, tequila, as they say in the far lands. And he just chugged the whole thing. And you know, he had a great time at the party, but after the party, maybe not so much. Why is nobody else talking?
What are you talking about?
I feel as if drinking olive oil isn't something that people should do, but it just tastes really good.
Only if you put it on bread.
You know, in other places, the cultures where they do.
Mas, come here.
Oh,
see all those people whispering in the corner over there?
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
Oh, sorry, we're shitting, crying, and puking for a second. Sorry, bud.
We're shitting, frowning,
just
puking.
Oh!
That's not very courtly behavior.
You asshole.
It's a recess. What do we expect?
Thank you,
You know when the
Okay, I think we might need some additional time.
Again.
For the recess. I may welcome. You know what, Masahiro, you and okay, let me give you a tip. If Thistledown asks you for your name, tell him fuck you.
No, don't say fuck you. Guys.
No, but that's the standard greeting of how that works, like where he's from. He's trying to take your name. Anyway, it's complicated. But anyways, Mr. Thistledown can come up and say whatever Mr. Thistledown likes about whatever Mr. Thistledown wants to talk about.
I just finished reading a bunch of tea leaves. Well, you know. There we are. It was really interesting as I was reading them. I got two different messages. They're quite different from my colleagues next to me. The first one was, someone unexpected is watching. That was quite something.
That's not ominous
A
at
little
all.
bit ominous, but I'm sure maybe they're nice. You never know.
True.
And the second one, I read it, and it said, love is around the corner. I thought, oh, that's very nice. And then I realized that the tea was still settling, and it actually said lacerations are around the corner.
Oh my.
Yes.
That's not good.
Concerned.
Page person. I don't know your name. Sorry,
Mr. Thistledown.
Pleasure to meet you, friend.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
You don't like autumn, right? The autumn people, right?
Yes, autumn is full of maddened, lying cheeks.
Okay, so does that mean you're from a different season?
Winter.
Oh, winter. I'm just curious, that's all. What makes winter so great? What makes it...
Okay, so I want you to consider this. What happens in fall?
Everything dies.
There you go, you've got it. And what happens in winter? We preserve what beauty remains.
Oh, tell about Eddie, Mr. Thistledown. Tell him about Eddie.
Oh, goodness. Yes.
What about
I
you?
love to hop around on Eddie.
Yeah.
Wonderful place, wonderful place. I was given an island made of pure beauty. Wonderful natural place, and I thought, what better name to give it than Eddie? And so now you can come and visit me on or in Eddie to have some fun.
Eddie, why is there an island named after you, bud?
Hey, okay,
I
so
Why
Did
do you think?
Did you give him your
so
fucking name?
I gave him my nickname because he's Thistledown, but I just gave him my nickname, not my actual name, so I'm fine. And he gave it to an island, and I think that's awesome. Okay.
Well, Eddie's a
Also,
wonderful island.
also
Please,
this
come
city.
visit.
Don't you want to see this?
Oh yes, I think I've looked at it before.
Oh yes.
Here, Lord Chamberlain.
Huh?
Lord Chamberlain.
I'm
You know,
up here.
should we?
Oh my.
Well, stop being up there, and then
Okay.
come down here and say hello to Mr. Thistledown.
Oh
Mr. Thistle.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Go on then, Lord Chamberlain.
What do you shit yourself?
What else are you going to do? Kiss Dylan?
Melina, what do you shit
You
Space too.
You know what? I have this T-shirt that the Queen of Cameria gave to me. I will give it to you as a gift, and of course I will give this back.
No, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Mr.
Hmm.
Why are you shitting yourself, Melina?
Why? You're sneaky.
If anybody's wondering, I just had a bow, and carved into the bow was Lord Chamberlain Melina Lassel's.
Whoa. You gave me your full legal name and title?
They were
Oh
very
my
generous.
Yeah, I watched it happen. They were on a roof,
Alright.
and then the Melina just gave it to him.
For my own curiosity, since I don't think they're confident enough to ask you, how would they get something from you back like that?
Well, I have a couple of goals I'm looking to complete. If you really want it back, I suppose we can come to some kind of deal. I'm not trying to harm you. I just thought I might be able to find a good use for your name, and I did.
I don't know how I feel about deals.
I have a question.
Mr. Thistledown seems like a relatively nice fellow. Yes, Sivago.
Because you are in possession of her name, are we able to call her by that name anymore?
Well, I mean, I suppose you could. It would just be very rude.
No, alright.
To who? To me?
Yes.
Oh, what if
Because
I
it's
say
not
I
your
don't-
name anymore.
What if I say I don't mind?
But then I
Well, I
suppose
don't want to
you're-
be rude.
Dear, you're. I suppose you're one of those then. Oh dear.
What?
Oh, Melina.
Nothing. I don't want to say anything further. Excuse me, Your Majesty. I would like to excuse myself.
Yes, of course, Mr. Thistledown, and enjoy your
dear.
T-shirt.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Now, Melina, you just fucked up.
Yeah, Melina, why don't you go back and sit next to your boyfriend, and maybe you can find the courage to sort that out for yourself later.
Yeah, that one.
Back for you.
You two are still dating, yes?
Unless they're on the docks.
Yeah.
Oh, cringe. Very well.
Johnson.
Order. And we're back. Thank you, everybody. Please take your seats. And I hope that was a bit of fun. I had a bit of fun with that. I would like to welcome His Majesty the Underking to talk about that thing that just happened that time.
The damn comet.
I even gave you a piece of the stone with the gold in it that you.
Oh yeah, I need this. Actually, speaking of things,
Gilded Blackstone is what it's called.
Here.
Here with the beer.
Drink the whole thing, I guess.
Oh yeah, hold on, let me chug this.
Yeah, I'll distract him. So this is Gilded Blackstone. It's like the Sigmark of Sigmark. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Right, chug.
Yeah, got you. You good?
All right, friends. I say this with a heavy heart. I say this with all seriousness. We are heading to dark times. That comet is an omen. Several months ago, and many of the people here were with me, I went to the Bronzebeard crypts, which have long been lost. And there, I got a prophecy. The prophecy was pretty simple. Moder Jord will return to the lands of Kara. And when she does, coming will be heralded by a comet. A red comet that will sear across the sky. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I need to say this. Moder Jord is a threat we all need to be wary of. She has spent thousands of years building up her strength. The Nether is her domain. What happens there is of her making. Even when I'm in Seralia, I hear the whispers from the portal. She is always present. She has always been there. She has haunted the people of Stendhal for thousands of years. It was only a decade ago that we learned the truth. She is an evil goddess, only wanting one thing: power for power's sake. He cares not what she does or who gets hurt along the way, as long as it submits to her goal. I don't know when she'll actually show up. I don't know what happens now. All I know is she's going to come soon. She's going to come hard. She is going to bring about destruction. Unless we fight. Unless we do something about it. Unless when she rears her head, we stand united and say no. I can answer any questions, my friends, but answers I may not have.
Standing recognized for the Underking. Member from Gaia.
Just a mild inquiry. Was the bringing about of worshipping of Moder Jord, was not that caused by your past self, if I may ask the honorable member, seeing as the following grew from their previous worshipping, if I am mistaken?
The Underking.
You are 100% correct. I was once a very, very devoted follower. I was once the head of her church. I once held the title of Jord's Chosen. It was before I learned the truth. Before I sought redemption and second chances. Honestly, if it was not for the power of Gunterra, I do not think I would have done so. I would have treated that comet probably as a happy omen and helped her in her mission to bring about destruction. But nonetheless, I understand your concern that there are followers of Moder Jord, that there are worshippers of her. It's hard to say. We have in Stendhal and our friends throughout the lands of Kara have done exhaustive efforts to find followers of Moder Jord, to seek them out, destroy their shrines, and rid her of all followers. Originally, we were under the impression she, like many gods, draws power from belief, and that if we get rid of her followers, we can get rid of her. I wish we were right. I sadly we were proven wrong. Moder Jord no longer needs just followers to fuel her. She planned for that. She knew that one day people would stop worshiping her. She made a backup plan. Now she no longer needs prayers to power her.
Standing recognized. Brilliant Towers, Lord.
Tower Lord. I just want to add something to the previous point.
There's two of them, Krellian. It's Towers.
Yeah. Well, I was given the name when there was one, but...
No, maybe you should change it.
Get rid of a tower? That destruction integrity in it?
No. Not get rid of the tower. Change your name.
No, I like Tower Lord, rolls off the tongue.
Okay, you stood up to say something. Go on and say it.
I wanted to add to the previous point. The reason Bill and 9,000 years worth of dwarves charged Moder Jord is because they manipulated an entire race. I was from a time when we worshipped Gunterra, and when we worshipped a titan, not an evil goddess. And then they killed everyone that worshipped Gunterra and perverted every belief that the dwarves had to the point where they got rid of any knowledge of Gunterra. Bill didn't even know that Gunterra was linked to the dwarves until in the last 10 years. Bill is the one that showed the dwarves that was a different case. Not boosted Moder Jord. Brought the dwarves out of it more than anything.
Thank you. Standing recognized, Mr. Niles Grantham.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to speak. The right honorable member spoke as if they've known about this for a very long time. So I would just like to ask if wouldn't it have been more intelligent to sort of build up more of a task force or get people in the know, more in the know before the day said comet goes above everyone?
The Underking.
Was that the Underking?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a very good question. However, I will say it was impossible to say when it was going to come. This is something that is happening on, without lack of a better term, a cosmic scale. We could have potentially built this task force, and that task force would have been waiting 1,000 years. Um, there was no way to tell when the comet was coming. Just be prepared. Um, there were friends of mine within the Church of the Deep who were well aware of this situation, um, and essentially, it was the leaders of the religions who were going to make exhaustive efforts to always keep this in our consciousness, to always keep it in mind. Many of the efforts that I have taken in Stendhal, the building up of the Iron Legion, the strengthening of the state, the strengthening of the realms even, have all been done to prepare for this moment. Make Stendhal ready for when Moder Jord would return.
Thank you. Standing recognized. Member from Meloria, please.
Yeah. Thank you. I just have a question out of concern. You say this is a goddess, and that we should band together. What exactly could we do, like defense against a goddess? Just honest question. Thank you.
The Underking. Bill?
Sorry, my microphone wasn't there working for a second. But a very good question, and I would just like to say, Moder Jord did not start out as a goddess. They were a person, just like everyone here. And they craved power. They sought after it. The legends even say that they served Gunterra at one point. In their rise, they created known as Moder's Heart. Something that they could pour power into. Something that they used the worship from their followers to up to. Moder's Heart exists. It is real. Corellian has seen it. From everything we know, my friends, this part, I can't tell if it's for certain, but it's the only hunch we have, only thing that we can assume. The only way to defeat Moder Jord now is to find Moder's Heart and destroy it. The reason we've been unable to do so, the reason we have been unable to seek her out, she has been in hiding. Some theories say the astral plane, some say she's using some weird form of chronomancy. Honestly, I'm not even sure. Now, the comet has heralded that she is here. She is no longer in hiding. She is ready to make her move. And in that move, it gives us opportunity. The opportunity to strike back. Find this heart, to find the source of her power, destroy it and her forever.
Thank you. Standing recognized. The honorable member from Ibrithil.
Right. I just want to say, less of a question, more of a statement, I suppose. To Stendhal, we share a continent. There's an evil god that wants to fuck everything up. We're standing with you. At least I hope so. And that's all.
Standing recognized. The honorable member from New Beso.
I just had a question. It seems like you're asking for help. Like, what kind of help are you looking for? Like knowledge, people, materials. What are you looking for?
Yeah, the king.
Right now, vigilance and research, ideas, people. No Moder Jord has returned, but honestly, I thought I would see the comet and she was just gonna show up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. We are now in the area where there's no playbook. There's no idea of what's going to happen next.
All right. Well, Bill, could you tell us about some of what they're able to do? Maybe they're already here. Can they what are they? What are we looking out for exactly?
Oh, of course. Moder Jord derived her power by twisting the faith of some of the other titans, specifically Gunterra and Tenignus. In that, she often is said to have the power of fire and stone. Um, with that, she can summon things easily. Elementals. She has servants that have been able to appear, and I've seen them in the Nether. Different creatures and monsters she has bred to her whim. And of course, within the Nether, there are still her followers. They have been banished to there in exile, living out for centuries, afraid to come to our mortal plane where they know they would be sought out and destroyed. Instead, they have fled to the Nether where she can protect. She can do herself. It's hard to say. A lot of it is possession, is what I have seen firsthand. As many people, she has taken many forms. In that possession, she has done terrible things. She has killed many innocents. She has done many deeds. Powers of enchantment. Honestly, her time was one of the leading mages. And all the mages in Stendhal, according to our legends, all the dwarves who came up with magic in our people, they all worked for her. They worked at her whim. Everything they researched for her. Honestly, like a fiery son of a bitch is the next thing I could say.
Thank you.
More bad.
Towers Lord.
A long time ago, my life's work was golems. The dwarves made dwarf machinima made golems. Every single one of those, and we made thousands of iron, gold, some others. From my knowledge, except one gold golem that I've met and one iron one, they have all been controlled and taken over by Moder Jord. Moder Jord has an army of everything. There's a reason we call her a god.
Very well. The Underking?
There is one legend that, if it is true, everyone needs to be wary of. It is the Netherite Golem.
We didn't make those. What?
Aurelian, if it's real, they gotta know.
Yeah.
The iron golems and ancient golems that many of you encountered have been built to protect, have been built to fend. Only once has a golem been created to kill. That is the Netherite Golem. He said, I've only encountered one in my entire life, and that was with Leroy Redhand. It was half destroyed already, and we fought it for about an hour. And we almost lost. That's how tough these things are. It is said Moder Jord has an army of them. I hope to God, if any of the legends are not true, it is that one.
Stand to be recognized. The honorable member from the Frost.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Underking, our forces will stand with you. We also wish to defend ourselves from any forces who wish any of these people harm.
Stand to be recognized. The honorable member, I believe, who's been waiting for some time. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I don't know your name. Are you from Daenerys? What?
Denaria.
Yes, there we are.
My question is, how desperate are you to
to stop Moder Jord. At one point, you had asked me to turn my people's ancient relics into weapons, which was not their intentions, for a chance to combat Moder Jord months ago. I told you no, and you got angry with me. My question is how desperate are you now? Are you going to ask other people to turn their people's relics against a god?
There is some tea here. The Underking.
Oh yeah, very simple. I never asked you to turn it into a weapon. I asked that it would be looked after. I asked that it be protected and defended. You assumed that it would be a weapon. You also then described it that it wasn't a weapon. It was just something that, if left alone, would make you more powerful, and all those who work with you more powerful. Exactly like a weapon. Interesting.
Didn't you say
Okay.
bury under a mountain, Bill? Didn't you say bury under a mountain?
Yeah. And then they blew up a part of Stendhal to take it. But yeah.
You have a response?
Yes. No, and I'm sorry if this is making it seem like I'm saying you are saying falsehoods, but at one point, yes, you actually did demand me. It was during some of your more trying times, but you did demand me to try and turn this into a weapon against your god.
I think this line of questioning and discussion is hardly productive to the task at hand, and so I would ask that you simply deal with it outside of the house. It seems more of a private matter and not relevant to the debate. Thank you very much. Standing recognized, on topic comments and questions for His Majesty the Underking. Yes, Pierce.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You mentioned earlier about a heart. Would destroying that heart completely kill her, or just make her mortal again?
The Underking.
We're not entirely sure. I am hoping for either. I'd be ready for either.
Thank you. Towers Lord.
Again, more information to Bill stuff. The heart Bill was talking about, Moder's heart. I tried to destroy 9,000 years ago. That's why I'm still here, because I tried to. We don't understand this. We are in the dark on this one, but we have to do something, because if we don't, people will get hurt. So, yeah.
Thank you. Standing recognized. All right, Glade, you've been waiting a while.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. The honorable member from Taiga Hill, everyone.
Yes. As someone who has thoroughly studied much of Stendhal's history, at least in the military department, I can say that we do here in the Shields of Stendhal trace our roots back to what is known as the earliest 420th Volunteer Regiment of Orlan, I believe it was. Such a force was something to be trifled with. I mean, Your Majesty, you remember it, I'm sure, but it was a force to be reckoned with, and one that was a voluntary force of volunteership, but one that was dedicated to a phrase that we declared out loud. Not we, I say they. The forces of that force declared to blessing up to Moder Jord. The influence of Moder Jord knows no bounds. If you think that the influence cannot affect you, they had grip on an entire legion of people, an unofficial army, and it was convinced that they were fighting for the greater good of what they thought was Moder Jord. Let it be known, history has shown that even in the 11 years in coming, her influence still resides.
Thank you. Standing recognized. The honorable member, Sir Arlie Jameson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You mentioned another golem earlier. I know you said it is just myth, perhaps, but if they do exist, is there anything in those myths that give us a clue about what their abilities are, or what we're going to be up against, potentially?
The Underking.
As I've kind of stated already, when I was talking about the netherrack golems, other golems were meant to be more defensive and more passive. Netherite golems are designed to be aggressive. They are quicker in that regard. They are just, as I said, more aggressive downright. are bloodthirsty.
Very well. Stand to be recognized. Yes, I'm not sure who that is. Oh, Thistledown. Some words of wisdom, Thistledown.
Yes, I was just discussing with my colleagues. Apparently, there's been tale of gods dying before. Now, I don't know what you're going to do. I heard you don't have a single archfey in the region, so I don't know how you're going to defend yourselves against God.
What seems to be the problem, Towers Lord?
How-
That
how-
fellow there.
Howdy, Gizman.
Oh.
What? Oh, fuck.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Howdy,
Hello.
Howdy, Jizzy.
I bet you you saw the comet. The comet? Hmm?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Don't.
Quite cool, isn't it? A lot of you doubted me, saying I couldn't get close with the gods, but now I'm here. Weird, isn't it?
There won't be any bloodshed in my parliament, boys.
Oh, of
Just
course
pick
not.
up their
I know the
weapons from
rules.
the table.
Not you, Gizman. I'm talking about the dwarves who just pulled their weapons off their tables.
Look, I'm made of wood.
Yes.
What you looking at me?
Gizman was a friend once.
Gizman, finish. Go on, then. Let's hear it.
Oh, you'd like to hear it then. Now presenting Moder Jord, goddess of fire and stone, the true ruler of Stendhal, bringer of the comet, the eternal flame, the netheress, she whose children shall burn the world. Rejoice, for she has brought forth mercy to these lands and has offered you the opportunity to join in the impossible. Rejoice, children, for she will herald the new cycle and bring forth a cosmic struggle. And when this world is made anew, use her faith, us her faithful shall inherit it all. Now presenting Moder Jord.
What?
Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Shit just got real.
That's just a lady.
Order, everybody take your seats. There's no it doesn't seem just sit down, Towers Lord. And you too, Fireplace.
What is with what is with this giggling happening? Do I not have your attention?
Anyone that keeps
That
giggling,
is
I will hit
fine.
myself with a hammer.
That is fine. I can get your attention.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh, people are on fire.
Now then, this is a parliament. I understand that. I believe, as a sort of member of Stendhal, I do deserve some sort of parliamentary privileges, no?
Point of order?
Well, given that you just set a bunch of people on fire, I don't think I'm going to say no, and maybe, who knows, everyone? Maybe Moder Jord is here to talk it out.
Doubt it.
I
You doubt too
understand
much.
that my honorable and right honorable friends from Stendhal may believe that this is not the best course of action, but I am trying to keep the peace in a parliament. So please abide. Very well. Moder Jord. The statement?
Oh, yes. Yeah, yes, indeed. As my cherished servant here, Gizmin, has proclaimed, I am the rightful ruler of Stendhal, and I feel a lot of people in this room don't seem to recognize that. Or really know that, to say the least. See, a very old friend of mine, some of you may know him, one Bill Blackrock, he stole my crown. He has murdered the queen, and now it is my turn to take my rightful spot as the Queen of Stendhal. I do believe it falls onto me next, so I come here to speak about this, speak on the law, speak on how it works. I'm sure you would appreciate that. So please, give me my crown back.
The Underking.
Over my fucking corpse.
Oh. I was so hoping you'd say that.
Oh,
That is going to make this so much more fun.
dear gods.
Bill, I can promise you, my friend, that corpse will be charred and black like the rest of your ruined kingdom. And I will make sure that when they write down this day, this coming week, and the weeks to come in the annals of history, your name will be burned from it, friend.
Very well. Were you interested in taking a few questions then?
I suppose I can give some of my time.
They've asked for the rights of a parliamentarian. We have bestowed upon them the rights of a parliamentarian. I am asking them whether they are prepared to take the other responsibilities of being a parliamentarian, in which they take questions from the other honorable, right honorable, and most honorable members of this house. Is that such an absurd idea?
They just threatened
Well.
to rule the unbelief.
Exactly, Order. And if I may say so, what the hell are you going to do about it? Start stabbing them in my parliament?
I have a question.
And create a significant amount and create a significant amount of collateral damage in this my parliament, in my city, in my kingdom on Orlan? No. You will sit down and you will abide by the rules of this house, as you have done every time you have sat in this house, from the first time to the last time you will. And as I have given them a seat in this house, that seat over there, which they seem to have pulled out of their pocket.
That was very beautiful.
They have given their statement. I will allow them to take questions if they so wish. Do you so wish?
Well, I have some things to get to, but I'm sure I could take a few. I'll humor this little room. I don't see why
Stand to
not.
be recognized. There we are. Thank you all. Let's have the one from this side of the house. Lord Bill Yulin.
Hi, so if you're now the leader of Stendhal, how do you feel about me persecuting your citizens?
Order. Moder Jord, then.
I guess it depends on who it is, but I mean, of the people sitting over here, most of them, I think that's fine for most of them. I think that'd be just fine by me.
All right, thank you very much for your.
Oh, thank you.
Stand recognized. Lazuli Maldor, please.
Okay, I know this is very out of pocket. Is there any chance for a compromise?
Moder Jord? Where are you from? Are you from, like, do you live in the Nether or something?
Me?
Yes. Where are you from exactly? Like, what, like, everybody here is the honorable member from somewhere. Where are you the honorable member from?
I suppose for simplicity's sake, that will do just fine, but that's more like my backyard, as it were. Now, to answer your question about that compromise, I really only need two things. Two very simple, easy things, and I can leave y'all alone, do what you want to do. All I need is the crown and the corpse of Bill Blackrock. It's very simple, very easy. You seem capable enough.
No.
Stand recognized. Mr. The Fireplace.
Hello. Are you single?
No, he's asking the right questions though.
Order! I will allow the members from order. I will allow the members from Stendhal to go over there where they were crying earlier and beat the crap out of Hyrule, please. Moder Jord for response.
Can Shangalong get it too?
Back up, folks. Back up.
Oh, you were called the fireplace, was it?
No,
You-
he can't talk. He's dead.
He's not here.
Oh, that's good. I'll make sure it's permanent next time.
Oh.
Oh
no, man.
You're
God.
very good at souring a mood.
Order. You didn't actually answer the honorable member's question. You'd like an answer for that?
No, I think that was the point, friend.
Very well. Standing recognize questions for the newest
I'm
member of the
standing.
house.
I'm
Very
standing.
well. Who's standing? There's
Eddie.
many people standing.
Eddie.
You'll have to let me get to everybody, please. The honorable member from Alwyn.
Actually, a point of order. I do believe the honorable member of the Nether named the honorable Underking 3 times without asking for an apology or retractment.
Order. Yes. In the House of Commons, as it so were, when referring to another honorable member, you must do so in almost the third person. So, in regards to, instead of saying, the corpse of Bill Blackrock, it would be the corpse of the right honorable member, the Underking of Stendhal, or what have you.
Point of order.
A point of order, yes, the
If
Underking.
someone's gonna say my corpse, I actually demand my full titles. Thank you.
Full title. Bill, as it's not stated in the Parliament Act, this special rider, I actually am not able to enforce it without a motion from the House.
A motion for it.
My second.
Seconded. Order. Corelli, you can't just go, I motion for that. No, what is the motion?
I motion for that to be added to the bill. Thank you.
Well, motion for what to be added to where?
That?
What bill? What bill?
Order. We simply don't have time for this. I'm sure that this individual has...
It's called delaying the inevitable?
Order. I will not be interrupted by Mr. Towers, Lord.
Good.
Regardless of the particular circumstances of this House of Commons, Gizmin, go back to where you were standing, son. Regardless of all of those matters, we're going to try and keep this civil and within the bounds of the Parliament Act and the well-established, long-standing precedent in this House, our House of Commons. Stand to be recognized. Questions for the honorable member from the Nether. Oh, gosh, so many. Yes, that fellow from the Frost who, asks questions funny.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
There it is.
Moder Jord, what is your plans for Stendhal?
Point of order.
Oh.
Order! Point of order, Mr. Niles Grantham, please.
Name the honorable member within the House.
Very well. The member from the Frost, I must ask you to retract.
I retract.
The part where... Thank you very much. Carry on with your question.
The honourable member sitting at the end of the table with the skull.
The honourable member from the Nether, yes. Go on.
Yeah, the honourable member from the Nether. What are your plans for Stendhal?
The honourable member, please.
Well, I feel like I've stated them quite a few times at this point. Step 1, turn the honorable member into a corpse. Step 2, get that crown off of his filthy little head. And, I guess when it comes to your place, the Frost, I do have some plans for you.
Oh, dears.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you in any way. I'm actually gonna help you, but we can talk about that later. Much more time for that.
And recognized. Yes, as the honourable member, the Underking was mentioned. The honourable member, the Underking may respond.
Thank you. I just want for clarification. Your plan is kill me, get crown profit.
The honourable member from the Nether to respond.
I mean, there are some details that you may or may not be missing. It doesn't really super matter to you now, does it?
Stand to be recognized. No, Melina, sit down. Sir Ross Poldark Domhall.
My good honorable friend from
the Nether. So you're wishing for only the singular corpse from Stendhal, and you'll leave Orlan alone. Correct?
Moder Jord, put that sword away, Shasta. Moder Jord.
Actually, thank you for bringing that up. Exactly. I mean, there are a few more that I might like to see, but none of them for more lawn. Actually, don't really plan on doing nothing with y'all. I really only need the one.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fair, I guess. You don't want to fuck around and find out. Thank you. Standing recognized. Oh, Geraldine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I was wondering to the newest member of Parliament, the honorable member of the Nether, if you would be so kind as to elaborate this Parliament about the hundreds upon thousands of years of torture and suffering that you had encouraged the people of Stendhal to endure to one another through religious practices, through the lies and deceptions that were brought about to our people, that I was led to believe for my entire upbringing, that I was led to use for the mistreatment of my son so that he would become the greatest and strongest worshiper of you. And now you seek to come back and take what my child has slaved over to correct, the course corrections from your evil? How dare you? But please elaborate these people so that they can understand what you truly mean to this world, what your truest intentions are. Honorable member from the Nether. Thank you.
Goddamn.
Woo! Honorable member, yes, you may respond, indeed.
All right.
Have you read Robert's Rules of Order? You stand up like everybody else. You stand up when you already. Oh, go on then. Never mind.
I believe my friend here, Isman, can you list off my titles one more time for me?
Of course. Moder Jord, goddess of fire and stone, the true ruler of Stendhal, bringer of the comet, the eternal flame, the netheress, she whose children shall burn the world.
Wait a second. What was that last one?
She whose children shall burn the world.
That's what I was going to question, Your Majesty.
That's a threat.
That's what I was.
That's not a threat. It's a promise.
Is that like
double threat.
metaphorical? Order. Question from the chair. Is that like metaphorical? Is that like what is all that?
What do you think?
It is whatever you believe it to be, friend.
We're not friends.
Okay. Honorable member. Chair. I don't know what you want me to call you.
Chair.
Chair works fine. I intend to wreath this world in my beautiful, beautiful flame. You say manipulation and deceit and all these horrible, horrible little words. I feel like you don't really understand. I feel like people have fed you things that aren't exactly true. You don't have to believe me. It's not going to change anything.
Very well. Let's hear from Shasta.
Permission to get a look at the honorable speaker.
Do you not see the member from where you are sitting?
No, I'm nearsighted.
Okay, you can come and stand next to Zivago there.
Hello.
Does that help the nearsightedness because it's distance based?
It's still very far away. Can I get close?
No.
Can I like go
Do you think I was
halfway?
born yesterday?
Go halfway.
You can let them try.
Shasta, how about they give me their weapons first?
No, their weapon. Their I believe their main weapon is on the table behind you.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm looking at her. That's all. Bitch. All right.
Order. Elms Domhall.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respectfully to the honourable member from the Nether, I highly fucking doubt that they will just stop at Stendhal. We've seen it before. When people want power, they will take whatever they see necessary. They will not stop at Stendhal. And for them saying that we're hearing things and just believing false words, as somebody that's held an artifact made for the sole purpose of fueling you, how it corrupted my mind, I call utter bullshit. You are here to destroy whatever you see you want. End of story. Don't act like you're high and righteous. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Ooh.
It comes.
Let's fucking go, Elm.
Well, order, Rosie. Unnecessary.
My
But
apologies.
Your enthusiasm on the matter, Rosie, is very admirable. But it broke a couple of parliamentary rules. Okay, we all want to adhere to the rules to keep things civil and keep things moving. Mr. Towers, Lord. Oh, hold on. I think you, servant guy. What was your name?
Gizman
Gizman.
Chainful.
Have we met before?
You locked me in a jail
Was the
cell.
hot dog guy?
I did put you in jail. Was that for the public urination?
No,
Was that the public drunkenness?
I murdered people.
Oh. That's a bit different then. Very well. The honorable member, the murderer, please.
I actually have a question for the right honorable member from Stendhal with the crown.
Well, ask it.
Yeah, go on then.
Speak up.
I was just wondering if am I? Never mind. I was wondering if they look familiar at all.
What are you talking about?
The body they're inhabiting. Moder Jord, I mean.
I was wondering that too. I was just waiting for you to look.
Well, I know what it is. If you really want me to tell everyone.
The Underking.
For those of you unaware, Moder Jord decided to do a very, very cruel trick here. The body that they are using to beat us here is not their own. They decided to use the body of my deceased sister. They're a cruel.
Wow.
You know, may I respond to that?
You were named in the response and the statement and the clarification from the right honorable member. You may indeed respond.
I understand your, I guess, disgust towards this little show here. Let this be a lesson, though. They wouldn't have died if it weren't for you. And I don't think you think about that very much.
The House will suspend. The Underking will take his seat, and Gilbert will not walk any further in that direction. If Gilbert starts to do anything suspicious, Sir Declan Domhall will destroy Gilbert where Gilbert stands.
I got Gilbert under control. We're all good.
Thank you.
Not Gilbert.
And we are not going to look too closely at the fact that Mr. the Fireplace was simping over the Underking's sister, was he?
It's
Order! Glade Royale, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the honorable member of the Nether, this old, this challenger. What in the hell makes you think that we would bow down and listen to you after anything that actually happened? Right? What would you make us? What would you have you think that we would just go along with that? Do you know our history? Do you know the Shields of Stendhal? Do you know the Iron Legion? Do you know what we're capable of? I could show you the receipts. I don't know if maybe you've been keeping up, but
I got a few.
I could pull up the receipts. I got them all. I mean, we led. I won't go on, but look, what makes you think we would just go bow down without a fight? You want one person. You want one person dead, but I swear, I don't know if you know who you're dealing with. So sorry.
Actually, Glade, I'm quite interested in hearing who we're dealing with. Go on, then.
Well, like I said before, it's the same person who had managed to get an entire influence on the 420th Legion, one of our most honorable legions.
You're talking about. I'm interested in hearing these receipts.
The receipts?
With the
The
Iron Legion
seats that
fucked
you
up, but
spoke of, the
Yeah,
Iron
yeah, yeah.
Legion.
The Iron Legion started at the beginning of what was the war against Eos. I'm sure many of us are familiar if we look into the history of Orlan. That was where it all began. That is where we gathered and where they took the first stand. That was the first victory. Then it was the remnants. It took 11 years to take off what was scattered across the lands, and that in doing so, we then discovered the caves that you think you're going to take, the home that we call Dara, the place that we intend to protect. That is where we discovered. And after that, then it was Parabellum. Parabellum thought they were the shit. Parabellum came rocking with their I mean, hey, they were cool in the moment, but look, I'm gonna tell you what. We came rocking with our forces, and we what, we scared them off. Does anyone know where the Parabellums are? No. So anyways, anyways, then we had, what was it afterwards? Let me skip a few couple. We had the con. Now that was a collective effort, but nonetheless, I call that a dub once we look back after it, and we definitely we won that one. The goblins. Need I say more? The goblins. Afterwards, Big Green, all of the things that had occurred in the siege of Nicaea and the liberation of Ibrahil, the forces that we had gathered, the resources that we collected, and the forces that we were able to gather in that time. Look, I'm confident as the Shield of Stendhal, as the commander of the Shields of Stendhal. Look, all I'm saying is you better pull up your receipts too. Thank you.
Response from the honorable member from the Nether.
No, I know your history. I know it real well, and as you've pointed out, I was a part of it there for a while. Still am. Still will be. It's not that I don't think you wouldn't go down without a fight, it was just, I was hoping you'd be a little bit smarter than that. At the end of the day, fight or not, you will go down.
Then we'll add you to the receipt list.
Order. Towers Lord.
You took my life 9,000 years ago, so I would like to return the favor. So I ask you one question: how would you like to die?
God.
The honorable member responds.
Oh. Of old age, I guess. As old as a god can get. Sitting on a lovely molten rock throne with all of your heads on pikes, Mr. Tower Lord.
Wait, hold on, Slan. What do you mean all? All of who exactly?
Referring to that area of the room.
Bullshit.
Oh, I see. I just needed the clarification. I just needed to make sure that they weren't threatening the chair.
Mr. Speaker, I would actually like to talk to you later about those little details if you do not mind.
About what?
Well, it has been brought up several times during this parliament that I intend to hurt Orlan, and I just wish to put those accusations to rest when I have more time to speak with you personally.
I think you'll be busy.
Well, that's obviously there will not be. I will say this, and I will say it later as well to the members on both sides of this now fully formed conflict. It so seems. There will be no bloodshed in my city. And there will be no combat in my city to speak of. And any side or any group or any individual that disobeys this lawful order will be prosecuted fully. And if indeed they resist this prosecution, I will deal with it personally. And it's been a week since I executed someone. I executed that one guy in court the other week. Very well. Standing recognized. Everybody, for the first time in this House of Commons, the Right Honorable Prime Minister!
Quite some time now, we've been speaking about the possible killing of the Honorable Member of the Underking. You spoke of claiming a throne. And as we can also all hear, not a single member who is loyal to that throne wants you. What I want to ask is, does the Honorable Member from the Nether think a monarch rules alone? Because you can claim as much power as you want, but if you only rule over ashes, then it's sad that you can rule nobody.
The honorable member from the Nether.
Ashes, my friend, is what I intend to rule over. Eventually, when I am done doing what I must do, things will come back around. They always do. It always goes in a circle, you see. And eventually, this cycle will be finished.
Yeah, I have no idea what any of that means, especially the last part. That was kind of sus. Standing recognized. Okay, everyone. I think this has gone on quite long enough. I'm starting to get very tired. Last words I will give to the, or last questions I will give to the leaders of Stendhal. Bill, and then the Towers Lord. And maybe you want Eddie to go first. Eddie, what you've been waiting
Eddie,
a
if you
while.
want
Come
to
on,
say
Eddie.
something, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I do. Now, Mr. Speaker, my head's been going off like a light since the comet, meaning my wards that I've set in office Stendhal have not Stendhal, Dara. I have one question. What the fuck is happening to my home, Dara?
The honorable member from the Nether.
Why don't you go and find out?
Beg your pardon?
Why do I have a bad feeling
All
about
right.
this?
Order. As I said previous, there will be no brandishing of armor and weapons from members on any bench.
What about if all the people of Stendhal need to go for a power nap in Dara?
I'm about to adjourn.
Good. Awesome.
Very well.
Go early. I want to.
You, the honorable member from the Nether, you may take your servant boy here and leave to prevent any further bloodshed in my city.
Oh, of course, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Go quick.
Go then.
Let's go, Gizman.
Bye, bitch.
They brought
I
that
think
chair.
the chair's still there. I think he gave up on the chair. Don't
tried.
think he brought a pickaxe.
Yeah.
Very well. Is
from
there a
Mark.
final word, Bill? Because I believe you may have something to deal with at home.
Yes. Don't know what I'm about to go find at home. All I ask is for all of those who I have stood time and time again, all those places that I've helped defend, those calls that I've answered, ask in your help now. If there's anyone that thinks they owe me a favor, this is when I am calling it in. Entire life been, well, for the most of it, in service to her. Past 10 years, I have been doing everything I could to change that. Last thing she said, I want you to all pay attention to it. Intentions are not to rule over a kingdom or to rule over just one place. True intentions are worse. Red Comet means bad omens in many, many different cultures and things. There's one thing that has stood across many of them. Some say that it is a red comet that will bring about something known as the 11th cycle. I don't have time to explain what that is, but those of you who know what this means, what her true intentions are. I don't have time to explain. Sadly, might be my last time I see any of you.
No.
My last time in this building. No matter what, she will not get this crown and she will not get my kingdom. Dwarves, we gotta go. Ow, sorry.
Meeting adjourned. Members from Stone Bay, stay here and come and talk to me quickly.
Lily, I need you to get to the
Everyone from
log
Stendhal,
quickly.
we're gonna go to which RPVC?
Bill, good luck.
RP 12 for
If you're in Tortuga, 14.
RP the first, Stone Bay.
Hey.
Oh, fuck. Puts us in a very difficult position.
The 11th cycle is the end of the world.
It's nonsense. That's nonsense. That's what people say, but there's no way that that's what they're talking about. Nobody can do that. Not even a god, Elms.
Still.
That's not how that works. All of you up there, come down here. My most trusted advisors are not here. The chaplain is away on urgent business, and so indeed is Blue. I do not have the people who I rely upon the most to make a decision like this, so I ask all of you, the subjects of our prismarine throne, what say you?
I don't want to get involved.
I say we
Explain.
However, I do wish the best for the dwarves. We ourselves just came out of an occupation. We're still internally trying to build ourselves up. I don't. We're not in a position to like intervene in any way.
We're also not in a
Unless
position to
you
stop
want to
her.
intervene.
I don't know why they didn't just come in and start killing people. That's the only part I can't piece together. I'm usually quite good at things like this. Why they didn't come in here and just immediately kill Bill and everybody else, I don't know whether they feared proximity to the throne or something else, but that's not relevant to the current conversation.
It might be that they hope that we don't get involved until they've taken out the dwarves and then they come for us.
Or that they're getting some type of sick twisted satisfaction from seeing everybody
If
disencomfortable.
they started any conflict in here tonight, we would have been on their asses alongside the dwarves. Whereas now, it's the question of if we will get involved or not. They hope since they came in here civilly, maybe we won't get involved, giving them a higher chance to beat the dwarves, and then a higher chance to come for us once they've wiped out the dwarves.
Interesting. Anyone else?
Do we have any reports or anything that says they want to take Orlan, that they want to take the prisonering throne, that they want to destroy
They
Stone Bay?
Want to destroy everything. They want ultimate power.
But what is
Anyone that
your
wants power wouldn't stop.
basis for that, Elms?
Well, they want
You
the
have to
power.
convince the most politically cunning and most ambitious people in all of Kara to go and maybe throw their lives away. You need evidence. What is it?
It's known that Moder Jord wants to rise to be a titan. They want to rise to the highest power they can as a god to get closer to being a
Known on what basis, though?
But from where is that said?
It's
I'm sorry, I haven't heard that one yet.
To be fair, Your Majesty, one of her titles is She Whose Children Will Burn the World.
Yes, and for a while, one of my titles was the, he who will drown the world, actually. So, that's partly why I didn't judge too much. That was one of my titles at some point, in our distant past, but it was one of my titles I inherited from my predecessor.
Well, haven't the dwarves helped us out before? Should we not
No.
stand by them?
Only after they knew, or at least thought, we were going to win. They
When
sat
they're next
idly
on the
by
line,
it until
they
it looked
fought.
like we were gonna do it anyways.
Still stood by us in the end. Why can't we just be good people and help?
In the
when
end
they're
is
ne-
the key
when
word.
their necks were on the line.
If
I
I
say-
may.
It wasn't out of any good
Zivago.
For being caring.
deed or anything.
Enough! Zivago.
I think it harkens back to a phrase commonly said within the Bay. Yeah, the Bay forgives, but the Bay does not forget. For their abandonment at the Parliament, when Niceet began their occupation, it felt like a betrayal of our trust. And yet, we should not forget that immediately following the parliament, many of the people in Stendhal remained within the city to ensure that we were protected. Were they with us through the entire occupation? No, they were not. But we should not forget that the aid they provided was immeasurable in ensuring our success and our freedom. And we should not forget that ourselves, we should not be tyrants who turn their backs on people, because that what makes us any better than Niceet? What makes us any better than the Jornorans? What makes us any better than the people who claim to be high and mighty and powerful, and yet sit by and do nothing while people suffer?
We aren't trying to conquer people, though. Niceet came here. The Janorans came to Stone Bay.
And sitting by idly is any better?
Could I
Why
also
do-
say
We
something?
also, we
Why
also
do we
don't know
Your
what's
Majesty.
happening in Dara right now. We're
Here's
still
a-
talking. Things might be
Enough.
happening in Dara.
Fafnir,
Yes, Your Majesty.
something to say, have you?
I understand that this is not a cause that all of you will rally to, but I also would like to say to each and every one of you who would neglect to stand by Stendhalian's side that when it was that we sieged the air fort, it was Stendhalians who led two primary charges against the air fort. I myself am Stendhalian, and instead of retreating back home, I stayed here, in the bay, to ensure the culture was maintained. I am not the only Stendhalian to have exhausted myself to no end to see to it that my comrades here in the bay remained safe. And I really hope for some reciprocity in the end.
If we're going to bring up the siege of the air fort, it was a Stendhalian that directly provoked Metanos that caused Benjamin's death. There's plenty of good people in Stendhal, but that's not a fight that I believe is ours. Why are we always the ones charging off to defend the world? Why are people from Stone Bay always the ones dying?
Because if we don't, who will?
They also lost people too, Rowan. That's the thing. Yes, we lost Benjamin. They lost people too. Protecting us, helping free us.
And
they also didn't have to get involved. Here's the thing. If we lose Bill, if we lose the Underking, who's to say, as Elm said, she will not come here next?
We currently have no information that says she will, and starting wars based off
Admiral
speculation. Yes, sir.
Armor up, and expeditionary force 2 minutes at the docks. Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Oh, fuck.
Go. Yep. Get going. Armor up.
Yes, sir.
Well,
You're right, Leaf?
right in front of me. He keeps doing it. If it wasn't for my helmet, I think I'd feel my eyebrows singe.